It is, without a doubt, the greatest rivalry in the history of sports. Two absolute titans who have defined a whole generation of football. But who was still on top as they moved into the twilight of their careers? Well, today we're going to put 2025 under the microscope to settle the score, once and for all. Messi versus Ronaldo. So let's get right to it. Who really ruled the beautiful game in 2025? Was it Lionel Messi who is taking the MLS completely by storm? Or was it Cristiano Ronaldo just continuing to shatter records over in Saudi Arabia? Well, we've got the data from our source material to cut through all the noise and really try to settle this debate. Let's see what the numbers have to say. All right, first up, let's make the case for Lionel Messi. You know, his move to Inter Miami sent absolute shockwaves through the football world. And in 2025, he didn't just live up to the hype, he put on a masterclass. Okay, let's start with the headline number, the big one. 39 club goals. Yeah, across about 44 games for Inter Miami, Messi was just a constant threat, finding the back of the net with that trademark, almost effortless brilliance we all know. But you know, with Messi, it's never just about the goals, is it? He was also the master puppeteer out there, pulling all the strings and racking up a staggering 21 assists. And what's so cool about this is how it just reconfirms his status as the ultimate dual threat, a truly world-class scorer and a genius creator, all wrapped up in one player. And all that goal scoring? Well, it earned him some serious hardware, the MLS Golden Boot. And get this, he didn't just win it, he absolutely dominated, scoring a phenomenal 29 goals in just 28 regular season games. That's more than a goal a game. And that's really the crucial point here, the sheer impact of those numbers. A goals per game ratio over 1 is just astonishing. It basically means he was guaranteeing a goal every single time he stepped on the pitch. And he carried that same magic over to the international stage, scoring 2 huge goals for Argentina in a World Cup qualifier. At 38 years old, he wasn't just productive, he was decisive. But hold on, Messi wasn't the only legend lighting up scoreboards in 2025. Now, let's turn our attention to his eternal rival. Because if you thought Cristiano Ronaldo was finally slowing down at age 40, well, you were in for a very big surprise. Over at Al Nassr, Ronaldo just unleashed a torrent of goals, 34 of them in about 40 matches. This is not a player just going through the motions. This is a testament to an almost superhuman physical condition and an insatiable hunger for goals. The man is a machine. And get this, 2025 marked the 13th different year that he scored over 40 goals for both club and country. Just think about that for a second. That's not just longevity. That is a pattern of sustained, mind-bending greatness that, frankly, we may never see again. And as if that wasn't enough, in August, he also joined the exclusive 100-goal club for Al Nassr. Another team, another century of goals. I mean, that's a milestone most players never reach for even one club, let alone the several he's done it for. It's just incredible. And his impact was felt just as strongly for Portugal. He added to his record-breaking international tally, and, maybe most importantly, he was still the man for the big moment, netting the decisive winner against Germany in the Nations League semifinal. At 40 years old, he was still winning massive games when it mattered the most. Okay, so we've seen their individual campaigns. Now, it's time for the main event, the head-to-head showdown. This, right here, is where the debate gets really, really interesting. So let's put their numbers side by side and see who comes out on top. But before we jump straight into the data, it helps to frame the narrative here. For Messi in 2025, the story is all about total offensive production. You know, a symphony of goals and assists. For Ronaldo, it's about pure, relentless goal scoring and achieving these historic, iconic milestones. 2 different approaches to greatness. So first up, the all-important club goals. And as you can see, it is a razor-thin margin. Messi with 39, Ronaldo right behind him with 34. It is truly incredible to see this level of neck-and-neck competition from 2 guys who have been at the top of their game for nearly 2 decades. So what does this table really tell us? Well, it paints a picture of 2 very different kinds of greatness, doesn't it? Messi has that slight edge in goals and a huge advantage in assists, which is just such a massive part of his game. Their goals per game ratio, it's almost identical, which just shows how consistently lethal both of them were. But then, you look over at the right side. Ronaldo has these milestone moments that are going to echo in history, and that clutch winner against a powerhouse like Germany, that speaks volumes. All right, so who gets the crown for 2025? After all the numbers, all the analysis, it's time for the final verdict. This is the moment of truth. What becomes crystal clear is that the winner really depends on how you define greatness. If you value that all-around creative impact, the ability to dominate a league with both goals and assists, then yeah, the evidence points to Messi. But if you prioritize pure goal scoring, historic longevity, and delivering in those high-pressure moments, the case for Ronaldo is just as powerful. So what's the bottom line? Well, our source gives the slightest of edges to Messi, and it really all comes down to one word: influence. His combined total of 60 goals and assists, plus that golden boot, it just suggests he had a slightly greater overall impact on his league in 2025. But, as the source makes crystal clear, this was a photo finish. It was so, so close. And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating question, doesn't it? In the twilight of these legendary careers, what matters more? Is it the player with the most complete statistical output, or is it the one who continues to hit historic milestones and score those unforgettable goals? Is it the numbers or the narrative? The debate, as it always is with these two, is far from over.